What's good, YouTube? This is your boy LinkSwift33, and I'm about to show you a quick Gizmek deck profile. Now, I know not that many people know what it is or what it does, but I just been having so much fun with it. I've been running it to locals quite some time, and actually last week I came undefeated with it. And there has been like competitive decks like Prank Kids, Sword Soul, even Drytrons and such. But yeah, I just wanted to show you a little updated deck profile, and I'm gonna show you what it does, what they can do, and maybe even some combos, or I'll just let you know what kind of combos they can do. So first things first, we're gonna start off with the level 1 Gizmek. What he does is when he's normal summoned, I can special summon one machine who's attacking with defense from my hand in defense mode. And the good thing about this deck, Despot 001 is not a brick in the hand, and you're going to see that a lot. That yeah, having Despot 001 really does good in the hand. But anyways, yeah, so you can summon a machine attacking with defense from your hand, and it also has a graveyard effect where you can banish it from the graveyard, then target one machine who's attacking with his defense, and then he gains the attack of every other machine who's attacking with his defense on your side of the field. Only that monster can attack that turn. That effect came once, and it came last week. So I kind of OTK'd somebody. I was pretty happy that it finally came up. I played 3 Gizmek Naganakis. This card is one of the heart and souls of this deck, and the reason why I love it is because it functions so well with Small World. Small World is basically support for this deck. This is just a Gizmek card. What it you guys know what Small World does, so I'm not going to explain that. So what Gizmek Naganaki does is he can tribute any machine whose attack equals his defense for cost to special summon a monster with a lower level than it, that, well, a machine monster that has their attack equaling their defense. So the thing with Gizmeks, most of the effects have to have the attack equal the defense. So what I mainly do with this is I just tribute it off to summon Despot 001, and it can tribute Uka, who I'll show you later on. And yeah, you'll just see the combos from there. And it also has a graveyard effect. I'm sorry, that the reason why Small World was talked about is because I can banish it to target one of my one of my machines whose attack equals his defense that is face down banished, and add it back to the hand. So that's why I mentioned Small World, and it synergizes so well. On to the next one is the Frog Gizmek Tanaguku. I only play one of them because he's one of the worst Gizmeks. You don't want to really play a lot of monsters that normal summon a lot, or else your deck is just gonna lose badly. So I play one of him because he's an urgent schedule target, and when he's normal summon or specialed, he can basically stack your deck for any machine who's attacking with his defense and put it to the top of the deck. So it doesn't really come up because it's not really that good of an effect. But the reason why I have him here is because of his graveyard effect, which is to banish him to special summon one machine whose attack equals his defense from your graveyard to the field in defense. So he's like a mini like Monster Reborn, which is good for like follow-up plays and stuff, or like to extend. Next is Triple Arakami. You have to run this card. This card is so good. He's like a kind of a Cyber Dragon for a machine whose attack equals his defense. So if you do have Despot 001 in your hand, you can normal summon Despot 001 and then special Arakami and then try to do your plays. So like I said, if there's a machine whose attack equals his defense on the field, you can activate his effect to special summon him from your hand. And he also has a graveyard effect where you can banish him, and he's a Foolish Burial. So you target a machine whose attack equals his defense on your field, and then you Foolish Burial a machine type monster with a lower level than it whose attack equals his defense. So there's certain lines that this deck has so much lines. Like, you have to be really good at this deck to know what kind of lines you can do with this deck, because there's just too many to explain. But you know, there's some lines where you need to have an extra Despot 001 in a grave, or just like Tanaguku, or even like Orochi if you have Kaku or something on the field. I know it sounds complicated because not that many people run or play Gizmex. So next up is the second urgent schedule target, which is Uka. This card is just so good right now. It's so powerful, underrated. A lot of people used to play it back then when needle fiber was, or Hakufibrax was introduced, where they used to make, once they use Hakufibrax to summon their monster, you just chain this, and then you get the water statue. That's what a lot of people used to do back then. But so yeah, if a monster is special summoned from the deck, you get to special summon him from your hand, and each time your opponent normal summons or specials, they burn for 300 light points. It is so good. And then also, when it's normal or special summon, you get to target one monster your opponent controls, and then you special summon from your deck one monster whose attack equals his defense with that attribute. So the good thing about the big Gizmex is they don't really, it doesn't have to be machine. So it could be just any monster whose attack equals the defense, which is why people got the water statue. But anyways, like this card is so good because a lot of cards in my deck I trigger off of Uka. Like I use I'll show you in a little bit. Like I said, urgent schedule, it triggers Uka, and there's other cards which I will talk about that triggers Uka. Boss monster Orochi. It's a kind of a hand trap in a way, not really. But during either player's turn, as a quick effect, I can banish 8 cards face down from the top of my deck to special summon it from the hand or graveyard, which is nice that, you know, it's a free discard if anything. But yeah, you can banish it from your not banish it, special summon it from your graveyard or hand. And then he has another effect is during only your turn, you can banish 3 cards from your extra deck face down to target one monster on your opponent's side of the field, face up monster, and destroy it. So he's kind of like a minion clear in a way. But I just mainly use him as a little extender to link summon and everything. And not to get OTK, just in case. Next is 3 Kakus, Gizmek Kakus. This card is insane. This card, you have a good matchup against Sky Strikers because they summon monsters in the extra deck a lot. So if there's a monster in the extra deck, you get to activate his effect to special summon them to the field. Yeah, it's just a free monster for no reason. And also he has another effect where he can target one monster in the extra monster zone and equip it to him. And so once he's equipped it, and if he destroys a monster by battle, you get to special summon the monster you equipped it with it to your side of the field. So if they have like access code, for example, you can special summon it, eat the access code, attack a monster, and then his effect gets you the access code to your side of the field. So this card is phenomenal. I love it. So that was all the Gizmex. On to one of my favorite cards, Gizmek 003. This card is a 1-card starter. This card gets you full combo. So what it does is when it's normal summon, special summon a Despot from the deck, which also triggers Gizmek Uka, by the way. Also, during either player's turn, you can target one Despot I control, gains 500 attack and defense for each Despot I control. So this comes up in a way, not that much, but it does. It can. But yeah, this gets you Despot 001 to Hakufibrax, to another 001, to Rorodon, to Cupid Pitch, to a Trish, and then you'll eventually end up with 2 Herald of the Arc Lights and Bear on the floor. This is insane. So I do play 60 cards. This is a 60 card Gizmek deck, which is why I played 3 Despot 001s. And yeah, like he's just too good right now. Like you wanna have 2 for the combo. If you have 1, it's still okay. Like you're still popping off, but having 2 to trigger for Rorodon's effect, it's insane. So Everyone knows what this guy does. I'm so glad he's getting hollowed out. I play Magician Souls with Illusion of Chaos 2/2. Now the reason is because this card helps you unbreak your like combos, like unbreak your hands. Let's say you draw like Colt Wing. You can Illusion of Chaos, put Colt Wing back to your deck, and then perform your combos, like with the word on. You could put like your what's it called, Dashers or Celestials back in the deck. It's a good card. It's really good. I don't really use Magician Souls for the draw power, but it does come up, and some cool lines I can do is with Kaku. So one thing I could do with Kaku is Kaku can eat one of your monsters in the extra monster zone, and then I can special summon Magician Souls, and then I can just use Magician Souls to send that link the extra monster zone just to draw a card. So it comes up. It really does. It's pretty cool. But I also mainly use it to summon Dark as well. So it's just that, and Orochi just gets me that Dark. On to the hand traps. I play 3 of the Rock, 2 Ash, and 2 Ghost Ogres. The reason why I play 3 Nib is 3 Nibs. I know people play the Brave engine, but I still think Nib is just too good. Too good of a card. Ash stops a lot. Ghost Ogres helps with the Brave. And I also play E-Tellies. So E-Telly is a very good extender. And the reason why I say that is because let's say you do have Gizmek Uka in your hand. So you can E-Telly Ogre and then trigger Gizmek Uka's effect, and then trigger Gizmek Uka's other effect. But after that, you can make Baron to Floor, or you can even do the Haku Fibrax combos and stuff. So, like I said, there's a lot of lines you could do with this deck. It's so creative. Like it does so much for it being like an underrated deck, or not that many people like even recognize it. So it's pretty cool. So next up are, oh yeah, I forgot the other hand traps. The Infinite Impermanence. Like this card helps you escape the gammas and all that stuff. Like, yeah, helps you with the what's it called, the Scythe locks that people do. And the good thing about this deck also is it doesn't auto lose to Scythe locks, because you do play like big Gizmek monsters, and you have Orochi to like help you live and stuff like that. But speaking of Scythe lock, this deck can also do the Scythe lock, and I'm gonna play it until it gets banned. Hopefully it does, because yeah. So what I could do is I can make Shooting Riser Dragon. Like there's so many ways you can do the Auroradon combo, which is why I keep bringing it up, like how good this deck is and stuff. So yeah, I play it because I can Scythe lock, make Shooting Riser, and send it to the grave, and then you'll make Baron to Floor with Herald, and then during their turn you can Baron to Floor, target this that's in the graveyard, and then if they try to negate Baron to Floor, you can either negate it with Baron to Floor, or you can negate it with the Herald of Arc Light. So this is going to guarantee happen. The Cupid Pitch. Cupid Pitched target is the Synchro Magnet. I like it over Herald of Creation because I don't need a level 8 monster in order to use his effect. As long as I Synchro Summon, I can just trigger it. It's also a machine, so if I need to make a Auroradon, I can Haku Fibrax, target this, special it, and then make a Auroradon. And it's also a urgent schedule target too, just in case. I can make I can activate urgent schedule, special Uka, special this, make Baron to Floor, just in case. Like if you don't want to summon 5 times like this, there's so many ways that you can combo, and you don't have to worry about Nib. The Brick, the Colt Wing, and there's a cool strategy where if you do open up with Colt Wing and you have combo, you can, like I said, you play Illusion of Chaos. So if you make a, let's say you make a Rorodon with the 2 Despots in the grave, you'll sync the first token with the Despot to make Cupid Pitch, and you can make, and then you turn that into, like, let's say like a level 5, and then you'll sync the second Despot 001 with the second token to make Herald, and then with the Cupid Pitch and Herald, you make the Ravenous Crocodile, and then of course Cupid Pitch effect activates, gets you the Synchro Magnet, and then also Ravenous's effect is going to activate to draw you a card, and also Herald of Arclight is going to add you the Illusion of Chaos. So there's going to be a lot of chain links going on, but you'll get the Illusion of Chaos to put this back to the top of your deck, and you can just keep on going with your combos. I do play the Fusion Destiny package, so I play the 2 Fusion Destinies and the bricks. Every deck plays it, like 90% of the decks of every deck play it. It's just too good right now, too strong. On to the spells. So like I said, Urgent Schedule. This card is just a monster in this deck, because this is like auto win. Like if you have this and it's not negated, it's pretty much auto win, because you could just go for the frog, go for Uka. You could just do too much, like so much with this card depending on the situation. If it gets popped, it gets popped. I don't play the level 10 Gizmek. I play 2 crossouts in case they try to stop you with Ash, Imperm, even Fusion Destiny. You can always cross out. 2 Cosmic Cyclones, because I don't want to get Mystic Mine. Or any like hard like Watergate, Floodgates and stuff. I play 1 Mind Control. These are the 1-ups. Pot of Desires and Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave and Pot of Desires are just so mandatory right now in this deck. Especially Pot of Desires, because this, like I said, this is like one of the few decks that interact with face down banish cards. So it's just like you have to. I wish this would go to 2, by the way. Now, the reason why I play Mind Control is because this is like a low-key good card. And what it can do is it can really bait out your opponent's monster negates, like Phoenix Enforcer, or even like their Griffin or anything like that. Like if I play, like if I have this in hand, like they have to negate it, or I'm just gonna steal their monster, link it off to make dark, and just keep going off. Like this card is like really underrated right now. And with that being said, that's all 60 cards right there. So now here is the extra deck. So like I said, 1 Destroy Phoenix Enforcer, like you have to play it right now. 1 Baron the Floor. Like I said, like your combo ends up with Baron the Floor. He's just a good card. Very good synchro. Trish. Oh man. Like I always make the Trish after they hand trap me once, and I'm still going combo, because now they're gonna minus 2 cards from the hand. So it's just too good. It's so strong, and people don't see it coming. They're like, wait, Trish? People still play that? Ravenous Croc, again, like it's a good level 9. It helps you unbreak your hand, not the card itself, but like getting to the combos, like I told you earlier. So he gains 500 for each card in your hand. Quick effect: discard 2 cards to pop a card on the field, and when he synchro summon, you draw cards equal to the non-tuners you used to make it. So you're most likely going to draw 2 cards with the combo. Play Shooting Riser in case I want to do the combo differently. I can always make that to do the Sight Flock. Just depends on the situation. Like there's so many lines you can do with this deck. Like I said, 2 Heralds. Yeah, your end board is going to end up with 2 Heralds. So if they have Forbidden Droplet, like it's going to be so hard for them to out this board. And when it's sent to the grave, add you a ritual, monster or ritual spell. But yeah, so that's what you get the Illusion of Chaos with. Cupid Pitch. This card is insane. It is so good, and I'm also glad it's getting a hollowed form of it. A well-deserving ultra rare, I think. But yeah, so if it's used for a synchro, you burn your opponent for the level that you made with it, and also you search for a monster with 600 defense that's level 8 or lower, and when you make them, when it's synchro summon, you increase or decrease his level by the tuner, I believe, that you use to make it. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Now on for the links. Zero Borals. You banish a lot, especially with Gizmek, Orochi, and Pot of Desires. But this card is just like, if plan A doesn't work, this is your plan B win condition. Because you're just going to OTK with this monster. And also, like, let's say you don't, and you have Orochi in the graveyard, banish 8, put it to the link zone it points to, and then it's an instant banish the board. So basically, he gains 200 for each card banished, 200 attack. And when now, one thing you have to keep in mind, his effect says now when a monster is special summoned to a monster's arrow, so it doesn't have to be this guy. It could be any other link monster. If a monster is special summoned to their arrow, his effect activates and it banishes every card on the field, and then he comes back on the next standby phase. So that's one thing you got to keep in mind when you use it. Some people probably tend to forget that it's not just his arrows; it's any other link monster's arrows. Auroradon, like if I had a way to play 2, I would. This card is just too good. It should not get banned. It should go to 1 and stay at 1. Hopefully it does not get banned. I know it's probably safe because of the reprint of Coldwing and Despot 001. So, but anyways, like, you know, we summon, give yourself 3 tokens, pop 2, special Mega Phantom Beast, pop 1, non-targeting destroy card on the field, and pop 3 to add to put a trap back to your field or something like that. Oh, to put it to your hand. Add a trap. I never used the third effect. I play Dark. His card is so good. I don't need to explain him. You guys know what he does. He's just so good. You have to play him if you're able to. If your deck can, play him. Genius. This card helps you. It kind of avoids being... It's unaffected by spells, traps, and link monsters effects. So to play safe, you can make him. And yeah, it just depends on the lines. Like, you can make him... He also has another effect where you can target a card on your side of the field and target a card on their side of the field, and it just, the effects are negated. So let's say he's out, like he's already out, and they activate like goals in match, or there can only be one, or even skill drain. I think skill drain. Well, I think it depends. So if skill drain is already activated, this card's effect is negated. But if he's already out before skill drain, then he's unaffected by skill drain, and he can negate by targeting one of your other cards on the field. Yeah, one face-up card. But yeah, like he can like also with urgent schedule. If you summon 2 monsters, let's say he's on the field, and you summon 2 monsters where he points to, he gets you an extra machine. I believe it's machine. Like, I don't even know my own cards. Yeah, 1 level 5 or higher machine from your deck to your hand. So, like, yeah, if a monster gets special summon there. And the cool thing also, I didn't explain with urgent schedule, if you get Tanaguku and Gizmek Uka, you can chain block. Although their effects are negated, you can still activate it. So you can activate the Frog's effect. And so you'll activate Genius's effect, and then you can activate the Frog's effect. That way you can like kind of chain block. Or if Despot 001 is in a graveyard, you can Despot 001, then Genius, and then the Frog. Just to like avoid like Haunted Mansions or something like that. I play the good guy, Haku Firebrax. That card is the main reason why I'm playing this deck, man. This card, man. It's too good, too good, too good. I play Verte. Verte's just that bannable card that's just too strong right now. If, like I said, like plan A don't work, plan B don't work, well, you got plan C. You just make Verte. 2 monsters. That's all you need. 2 effect monsters. And the last link monster I play is Almiraj. Let's say Despot 003 gets stopped with Ash or something, you can make Almirage, and then you can activate Gizmek Kaku's effect, which is the Fire Gizmek, level 9. Where's he at? There he is. Summon him. And then you can make Verte right there. Or if you have, like, Magician Souls again, you can eat it, and then Magician Souls draw your card, and then you can make Verte. Like, it's so insane, like, some of the lines you could do. But yeah, like, Almirage, it has to be a 1,000 attack or less. So, even, like, my level 1 Inaba, level 1 Gizmek guy, like, I can make him. But that's why I play him. But yeah, nothing really like much about the Almirage. I mean, one cool line that I did do is, I think they activated, what was it? I think it was Gozen Match, the one that you can only have one type on the field. So what I did was I normal summoned Ash Blossom. So I'm locked into fire, and then I made this Almirage, and then I summoned the Kaku. And that actually won me the game, which is pretty cool. So Kaku, I would have, yeah, Kaku's just that beater. The opponent didn't have that much life points. So it was just a pretty cool line. So the extra deck is really your choice, how you want to make it, how you want to have it. But here's my list, like my, the reasons why I play it as well and all that. So I played 3 Lancias. I'm just going to get these out of the way right now. 3 Lancias and 3 Trolls. These are for Flunderies. That deck is so annoying. That deck just, man, it makes you just want to throw chairs out the windows and stuff. But yeah, there's decks that, other than Flunderies, that, like, rely on Banish. This card don't hurt me too much, because when I do combo, I don't banish unless I'm making Trish on you. But anyways, like, yeah, there's just cards. This card is so good against certain decks. Same with Droll. Let me move this on this side real quick. All right. I play 3 Token Collectors. Token Collector is just insane. There's every deck, mostly every deck is just summoning tokens right now, and yeah, it's just self-explanatory. Oh, by the way, I might consider dropping the Drolls, by the way, now that Branded is out. So I'm probably going to play cards to side against Branded. So these might be like another hidden tech, like non-fusioning area, which people probably laugh at me for doing it. Or, what's the other trap? I can't really think about it right now. Let's see if I can find it for you guys. Hold on 1 second. Dimensional Barrier. There we go. Yeah, so I'll probably like take these out for 3 Dimensional Barriers. Dark Ruler No Mores, I played 3 of. This card is just, it just says no. So this is my going second. Like, just, I see you got a lot of negates on board. Let me just negate those, alright? My deck don't focus too much on inflicting battle damage, but because I just want to control the board. And yeah, this card just, it does good. And then, you know, next turn I'll just OTK once the board is controlled. 2 Twin Twisters and the Red Reboot. That's like for Eldritch, or like these are just like for other decks that like really use a lot of floodgates, or even Mystic Mine, just an additional card to get rid of it. I don't like Mystic Mine. That card should also get banned too, but it's all good. But anyways, that's the deck profile. I really hope you guys take the time to like study this deck, or even like try it out yourself. Like I said, like the extra deck is really your decision, like up to you, like how you want to play it. But yeah, like I said, give it a try. There's so many lines with it, like so many. I'm still like, I've been playing it for months, and I'm still learning like new interactions, and it's like new lines and new ways to like do certain combos, which is pretty cool. But yeah, definitely give this deck a try. And like I said, this is your boy Link Swift 33, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out, homies.